Gotta tell you, there's a lot of zombies outside. It concerns me greatly. Okay, let's set this up here. Oh, wow, that's the big... Okay, I thought that was a canopy tent for a second. All right, welcome back, everybody. I'm Jade Monkey. We're back here in DayZ 1.11. Very exciting news. And yes, the title is correct. I wanted to tell you guys as soon as we found out. Yes, there is an upcoming character and board wipe, and what that means for all of us on all platforms, and when we can expect it. We actually have a date range now, or at least a projected date from them. So I thought that was, you know, pretty good stuff. So we're going to get into it here. All right, let's tab over to the tweet. Okay, this comes right from the DayZ developers. It says the much anticipated 1.11 update and associated wipe, both characters and servers, are projected to deploy on the 16th of February. So not that far out. The wipe is to optimize the update's stability and to get clean foundations. I almost threw an A in there. To get clean foundations to monitor changes made with previous economy updates. Okay, so I know previously we were saying that this was coming soon, and it is still relatively. It's a bit further out than I thought it would be. By the time you guys are watching this, probably this is the week I thought it was going to come out, but it does make sense that they're delaying it this far. Now, currently 1.11 is only available on experimental as of recording this, or by the time you guys watch this, but experimental is just a prelude until it hits live branch on everything. So I'm sorry. So experimental is only available on the Xbox and PC. I don't know if I said that. And also subsequently the Series X and S, because it's running in compatibility mode, and it's the same characters, the same servers, all that business. It just has better hardware. So when this does go live, it hits everything. PS4, Xbox One, Xbox S, the PS5, the Series X and S, and the PC. So I know I said last time that I didn't think there was going to be a wipe, and there was no sign of it until they just said so. So it's kind of nice that they did. Some of the primary reasons that they're doing this is duping. Duping has been pretty bad for the last couple of patches for sure, although it does look like they are addressing the duping issues, or at least whatever the most current duping issue is right now. And the glow stick glitch, which has been just circumventing bases altogether. I'm going to say it's probably still the best if you're going to be stashing your loot in on alternate characters and whatnot. I would highly suggest that. And I know on the PlayStation and the Xbox we've gone over this before, but there's still people that ask me, so I thought I'd throw it in there. But if you're on the PlayStation and the Xbox, they have family plans, which means you pay for the game and the online stuff once, and then you can tack on more accounts for nothing. And it's a good way to spread out the loot, especially if you're clapping dupers. Now, it looks like this will address the duping problem, at least that's currently being used. Although, I don't want to be a negative Nancy, but I know it's only a matter of time before some other duping thing comes out, or some kind of exploit. Just know that people that use exploits and dupes are terrible at the game. And if it turns into the way it is now, and this is just kind of a little bit of future-proofing, because a lot of people now are like, hey, I can't find weapons and stuff, and I get that, but that's why I tell people, get on alternate accounts. I'm telling you, it's the best. Like, practice now before the wipe. You know, especially if you're raiding a big base, like, spread out your loot. It's always going to save you. It's the best place to store your loot, because how can somebody steal your loot? And how can you mess up the economy if it's on a character and it's off the server when you sign up? Just saying. But yeah, we always tell people, clap dupers, go to hot zones, high pop servers if you're playing on official, and clean up those dupers, because they're so bad at the game, and they always have a ton of loot. So like you can get 5 or 6 of your characters geared out of their minds if you go there and do it. So here's what I would suggest: since the update is coming, and it's coming with a wipe, I would strongly suggest to just get out there and take high risks, have a blast. I would strongly suggest jumping on Livonia if you haven't. Going to the airfield is the best place for action. Literally, if you spawn in on the river, I'm like talking with my hands, you guys can't see it. Spawn by that river, get in the action, man. Follow the gunshots, do crazy stuff, because all of our loot's going to be reset anyways, no matter what. So yeah, get in there, feel what it's like, and you know, get ready for the update. Okay, so let's see. I just lost my train of thought again. Oh yeah, so when the character wipe comes through and the board wipe, what that means is any stashes and any buildings on the board are completely gone on official. I believe it's the same for community too. That means everything's gone, and your characters, if they're holding anything, i.e. your loot mules, they're all going to be wiped. So you might as well get in there and use your stuff now. Get in there, take those risks. So a clean wipe as if you just got the game. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. As if you just got the game. Okay, let's see. What else we got here? What else we got? Okay, stability. Let's talk about stability for a sec. Okay, one of the other major reasons why, and they said this here, but I can definitely attest to this. When we've been on experimental, we've tested the new hardware. Well, I could only get my hands on a Series X. We'll definitely be getting the PS5 whenever we can find that and afford it, but I know that we have great performance on the Series X. This game runs great, even though it's running in backwards compatibility mode. Can this game run faster on the new hardware, PS5 and Series X? Absolutely. The question is, the software needs to be specially written to utilize that hardware. But yeah, the PlayStation, the Xbox, the next gens can definitely handle this game. Now, I know compatibility has been a little weird. I know both of the operating systems got an update, PlayStation and Xbox recently. It should help with the frame rates and stuff, but here's the thing. Here's the whole point. When we were playing this on experimental, driving was excellent on this. But as soon as we played 1.10 on a live, on a high population with like a lot of buildings, the servers were definitely struggling. So I know they're doing some server end stuff to help out with that, but I mean, the duping, populating the board like that definitely didn't help. So yeah, when the Series X and the PlayStation 5 are choking on the board, something's up, you know, because it's definitely going to break it for you guys on the core consoles for sure. So, yeah, performance overall is going to be great when this thing is actually tied off and good. And honestly, you'll be able to drive, because here's the other exciting thing. I know a ton of people ask me, they're like, hey, I'm playing on console like you guys. I'm having a hard time driving. I was like, join the club. I played on a OG box before this, and it was bad. It was a test in reflexes and how much loss can you take at one time. Here's the thing. As far as performance, it should get better. I know in the core boxes you're still going to have some issues, but here's what we found out. If the servers are stable as we've had it on experimental, I tell everybody, get in the car with somebody or have the person that has the best system drive. Avoid load zones, and if you do come into like high density areas that have load pops, take it very cautiously. If things are running as they're supposed to, as they have been for us in experimental, even if people are seeing a little bit of lag and they're passengers, they're still safe because the person driving is the most up-to-date client and it can handle it. So like we've had people in mixed regions and mixed boxes drive, and when things are running correctly, it runs great. Like, yes, the people in the car in the slower boxes are experiencing jitters, but like they're still safe. Like, we're not just running into random poles and trees. Everybody knows what I'm talking about. If you've driven on PlayStation or Xbox OG boxes, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's pretty bad. So anyways, look forward to that. I know there'll be some more tweaks and stuff because I know the economy has definitely been an issue or point of contention for pretty much 2020. I'm not trying to be a negative Nancy, but that is a fact. But things are looking up. I know they lifted some of the ammo or gun and ammo restrictions, well, loot in general. So that should definitely help out. So yeah, we're looking forward to it. I'll keep this one short. I'm just really excited about it. I thought I'd share this with you guys as soon as we found out. Oh, it's getting murky again. Look at this. And you know, to make the correction, because I have a semi-recent video that said I don't think there's going to be a wipe. Well, guess what? There most definitely is a wipe across the board. We call this a hard wipe when it's a character and board wipe. So it's good. Don't look at it as a bad thing. And if you just started now and you collected a bunch of loot, use this time to really push the limits and be risky. And enjoy the loot now. And trust me, as soon as this gets reset, we're going to be all over official servers again, having a blast. Because honestly, reset day is like the best day. There's going to be so much chaos. People aren't going to have like crazy stacked loot. There's going to be all kinds of interactions. It's going to be a blast. I can't wait. Okay, that's enough. I'll stop rambling. If you did enjoy this, you found it useful, be sure to drop a like. And if you're into open world survival games and news, things like DayZ and Rust, consider dropping that subscribe and turning on notifications if you have not already, because that would be great if you think it's something that, you know, you'd watch. So yeah, we'll be juggling pretty heavily DayZ and Rust. Just know that little public service announcement. I know when the Rust beta does hit, we'll be playing that quite heavily, but we'll still be playing both these games because they're still a blast. So it's definitely going to be a heavy DayZ and Rust here, if you know what I'm saying. So yeah, hopefully we'll see you in the next video / live stream. Love you. Bye. Let's go hose down these zombies before I fall off the top of the building. What do you say? What do you say? Hey, Steve. Oops, oops, oops. Taking damage, taking damage, taking damage. You gotta love the... It's the fall, but it's called the LAR, right? Because of copyright. But you know what this gun is. It's the best, man.